Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to season two of TBI Uncovered, the platform that allows traumatic brain injury survivors, those with brain injuries, brain conditions, the wheelchair community, disability community, caregivers, um, stroke survivors, anyone suffering brain injuries, organizations, anyone else, medical professionals that suffer brain injuries or any kind of injury at all. We look forward to helping them find resources and tips of those impacted. On today's episode, I have a guest. I believe she's come from Texas, I believe, or I think she's come from Texas. But we'll hear from her in a little bit. We're trying to connect now. But hope you all are well and things are going good for you. Thank you for joining in and tapping in with me. There's a lot going on, but I think you're taking your time out to take a moment with me and just, learn about brain injuries and strokes and everything else because it's very important and it affects a lot of people. So I thank you for joining in and tuning in with me. I'm Renee. I don't know if I stated it already, but I'm Renee. I'm a brain survivor myself. Been a survivor since 2008. So I've been doing this for about maybe what's this year? 21. I think like 2 years now, maybe. So I'm really excited. I'm on season two. So season one really well. So I'm gonna give her Daniel a good minute to come in here. Her name is Danielle, but I would call her name is Dani on Instagram. So you tap in with her whenever you get a chance to learn about her as well when she gets in to join us. So just gonna take a minute. Let's see. Da-da-da-da-da. Nope. So give Danny a few moments to get in here. I'll just. Hi, whoever just tuned in. I'm Renee, and this is TBI Uncovered 2, season 2. And we're just gonna wait for the guests to come in. Dani is her name, and she's come from I believe Texas. So we're gonna talk with her and hear about her stroke story as well. Here she goes. Hi, Dani. Hi, Dani.
Can
Hey,
you see
Dani.
me?
Yeah, I can see you. We can see you now. Yeah. Hey,
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. This thing is taking forever to connect.
how you doing?
I'm good. Let me turn the volume up so I
Okay.
can hear.
Okay.
Okay. Now I can hear you.
Cool. So I would just send people from you live in Texas, right?
Yes. Uh-huh.
Okay. So I was sending people that you're from Texas and things like that. So could you start by just introducing yourself and then go on to your story, your miracle story?
Okay. I'm Danielle Drew, and I'm in Texas. Yes, and my hemorrhagic stroke was 2017. Um, and I was told this all afterwards. I woke up, from a coma, whatever.
Mhm.
I had actually died twice at my apartment. I guess the medical people, I guess because of my age and everything like that, they actually thought I was on drugs or something like that. My ex had my boyfriend at the time, which was very odd because he was over and he's usually working, but he was off that day for some reason. And he was there. And he said first that I had got up, to use the bathroom and stuff like that in the middle of the night. But when I was coming out
Mhm.
of the bathroom or whatever, he thought that I had, because I was drenched in sweat in my face and stuff like that.
Mhm.
He thought maybe I took a shower. Maybe he was wrong. I didn't wash my hands or whatever. But he said when I went to sit on a bed, I actually collapsed and passed out. It was a good thing I was on a bed.
Wow.
But I wouldn't respond to him for any reason. And that's when he had called 911. He actually said that I told him to call them.
Okay.
I have no memory of this. I'm being told all this. Um, and so the medical personnel came or whatever, and they revived me or whatever. And I had woken, apparently I had basically died again, and they had revived me. And that's when they had called to have me airlifted, because they didn't know if they would get me to the ER in time. And I lived, it was maybe a 15-minute drive from where my apartment was to the ER, and they weren't sure if they could, drive me there, so they airlifted me actually. Apparently in the medevac, whatever you call it, I died again, and they revived me. So by that time, I was at the hospital. They did, all the test scans and MRIs and stuff, like CAT scans. Then that's when they had found out, when they did the scan and stuff in my head, that I had, a rupture or whatever. But the hospital that I was initially at, they weren't equipped to do my surgery. I guess didn't have doctor's facility or whatever, so they had to airlift me again to another hospital who was capable to do my surgery. So that's when I had the brain surgery. With everything, I don't know quite how long I was, with the hospital rehab. I just know in total I was there for 11 months. So 1/22/17 is when I had my stroke. I wasn't discharged to go home till, actually it was a week before Thanksgiving, because I was discharged 11/17. And I just know it was a week before Thanksgiving, that I was discharged.
Wow. What a journey. What a journey. So
It's
you
been
didn't,
roller coaster.
you didn't understand you had an injury, a traumatic brain injury at the time. You had a stroke.
Say it again?
You didn't understand what was going on.
I didn't understand anything when I woke up from a coma. I don't even know how long I was in coma. All I know is that when I woke up, I sorry for the friends, but I said to the nurse that was in the room, I said, "Why the hell am I here?" Because I didn't know nothing. And they looked at me, and the lady looked at me really weird, and she said, "You had a stroke." And then she ran out of the room. She was like, "I have to call your dad." And I'm like, "Okay," but I still didn't. It didn't come to me. I didn't.
So did you have any?
Say it again?
Did you have any therapy, like speech therapy or physical therapy or occupational therapy?
Yes. Once I did wake up from a coma, I did have all the therapies. I actually, at the time, I was actually 40 pounds heavier. Speech therapy, I had the OT, PT, all that kind of stuff. I had a lot of physical therapies. I didn't feel any, some people say weirdness. They felt, I didn't feel anything. I didn't know anything was wrong or coming about or anything like that. I didn't even have a headache, no, nothing like that. But when I had woke up, I think it was about 3 days a week I had physical therapy, and it was 30 to 45 minutes. And I did also, because after surgery, I was cross-eyed. Literally, you can see where my eyes cross, but they actually fixed itself, because my nurses, for 2 months, I had an eye patch, and they would switch it, my eye patch. They would do it once a week, so they switched it from the other side. So it seemed like literally by the time I was discharged out, I'm looking like this. You couldn't even tell, not unless I have a picture of me still in, the wheelchair in the hospital after surgery.
I've never seen.
I couldn't eat. I still had the feeding tube and the test tube. Yeah. So
this is your eyes.
Yeah, it's just been very difficult.
So the stroke made your eyesight.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah. It was I can't see irregular. Excuse me, I can't see a regular optometrist. It's called. I have to see a
Hmm.
neuro ophthalmologist, optometrist, whatever.
Okay.
But it's a specialist that deals with brain injuries and stuff like that. That I have to
Hmm.
see. Um, he basically when I seen that specialist, like I could just verbally talk to him what my issues were before he could do any of his tests or anything. It was like he knew what the problem was that I was having, but he said to me, let me do my test first to confirm everything. So he did, and he said just like I expected. Yeah, he said that you have to have a special prescription because I couldn't see like basically to read like the TV guide on the TV screen. I couldn't read that, and he had some like diplomas on a wall behind him in the exam room, and all I read on there is the school he was attending and his name. So everything that was underneath it, I couldn't read it at all. But I didn't have, like a lot of people say, I didn't have it. I never had any facial drop issues or foot drop issues, or anything like that. I say a lot of my stuff is like internal, like you can't see it. The big change in me is my emotions. I'm very emotional
Yeah.
and get easily like frustrated and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. I think, you know,
So this has been,
different parts of your brain are affected when something like that happens. Kind of for me, um, when blood traffic in my brain, it shattered everywhere. I took little pieces. So it messed up a lot of my equilibrium, my vocal cords, all kinds of stuff. And so like it
yeah,
shattered everywhere.
the
So
balance is crazy.
it's something else.
Yes.
Well, what was your favorite recovery moment?
For me, my recovery moment, I say, is now, which is still now. I do have the ability. I can travel by myself, and like
Oh, that's good.
even when I was like in the hospital and stuff like that, I can walk. Um, when I'm in my room by myself and stuff like that. When I was in the
Mhm.
hallways, practicing with my nurses, I needed help with that because it was longer distance. But the ability
Yeah,
to be able to walk, I'm not fast, but I can still do
but
it.
that's okay.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
okay. You're walking. You're walking. So
yeah.
how long did it take you to get back on your feet and start walking?
Yeah,
How long was that
honestly,
process?
honestly, I don't know. All I know is that I was walking in the hospital still. And I discharged out, and you know how you're supposed to be in a wheelchair and they push you out. I so refused that. I didn't want to do it
Mhm.
at all. Because I said to them, I was like, I could walk. What are you, nuts or something? So they were like, well, we'll have to because I had one of those rollators,
Okay.
and that I could walk with that fine.
Mhm.
And they kept insisting, oh, you got to get a wheelchair and blah, blah, blah. I said, no, I'm not doing that. So they said, well, we'll have to walk behind you with the wheelchair. And I'm like, okay, I can do that. So I, just roll later, and, my dad had pulled up to the front so I wouldn't have to go very far.
You
Uh,
said a
so
rollator.
that
What
was
is it?
helpful.
You said
Yeah,
rollator?
well,
What is that?
some people call it a walker, but my
Oh,
rollator that I had, which I'm sitting on now, I use it as a chair.
gotcha.
It
It's to it.
Yeah, it pulls into the
Mhm.
car if you need it.
Gotcha. Yeah, I understand what that is. Yeah, I
Yeah.
got you. So after you went through all that, what was your most important thing for you to be able to do again? What was like, I gotta do that again. What was that? What was that one thing that you had to do again that you might have lost at the time?
I say. still, I want to, because before I was independently on my own, that is like my ultimate goal, to be independent again. Um,
Absolutely.
yeah, so that is the biggest goal. I'm just taking baby steps and stuff
Mhm.
towards that ultimately.
Mhm.
When I was
Mhm.
discharged, like I want to say a year after, then my doctor gave me the go ahead that I can, travel to see my family and friends, and it's only a
Mhm.
3-hour flight. So I was able to do that by myself.
That's wonderful. Like, I'm good to be independent again, going to the place you want to go. So I know it's a good
Yeah.
feeling.
And me being young and stuff, of course, I want to get out and
Yeah.
do stuff with my friends, or,
Yeah.
do
Hang
things I
out.
was doing before.
Mm-hmm. And hang out and have fun and stuff. I understand.
Yeah. Yeah.
Absolutely.
So that
So
is like my,
what's helping you move forward? Get past it, or what's helping you? What's
really,
helping you move forward every day?
really, it's got to be my faith. It's like I'm really going towards that, leaning towards that more and more often. I see. Um,
Amen.
it's very weird to me because actually, like, I'm 41 now, and
Mm-hmm.
my grandma passed of cancer. I want to say I was 13. I was
Mm-hmm.
like I was just going into the 8th grade or whatever. But it's weird. Out of all that time, I never dreamt of her until I was discharged home, and one night I dreamt someone was at the door. Like, I could literally hear a doorbell ringing, and I
Hmm.
knew I was by myself. I just thought, man, maybe it's a solicitor. We always get those after 4. But
Yeah.
when it was like nobody there, so it was weird. I went back into my room, and it just freaked me out really badly. And I
Wow.
grabbed, because I always keep my grandma's Bible next to the bed
Mhm.
with me, and I grabbed it, and it was so weird. It was like a bookmark she had on one of the pages, and on the bookmark itself, when I turned around, it was like a poem, and the title of it was "Never Give Up." And
Oh,
I just thought
wow.
that was so weird
Wow. Mhm.
that I saw
That was
that.
amazing.
I'm like, I had her stuff for years. I'm like, where
Wow.
did this come from?
That's
It's
a
very
message.
weird.
I love
Yeah,
that.
that's what I took it as, because ever since then, I haven't been I haven't been able to remember any of my dreams, but I remember that one, which is, I
Mhm.
say, it is weird.
Okay. So, did you make any recovery mistakes?
Um, like my Facebook groups, because there are a lot of people like my age, young like me. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I had went to a couple of support groups for strokes and stuff like that here at the local hospitals near me, and I stopped going because I found out they are, I want to say, majority. There's no one my age, and they're all like older and stuff. I couldn't relate, so it was just a lot. And then,
So,
like, some people I know are in different stages of this,
yeah.
and it wasn't good at all for my anxiety and depression, because getting people in different stages that was, coming to groups or meetings, crying all the time, it just wasn't good for me to be around all that. It wasn't good for my depression. So I just
Mm-hmm.
stopped going. So mostly I just spend my time on Facebook, because there's a lot of people my age.
Yeah, I agree. Did you make any recovery mistakes? Like, for example, for me, I wanted to rush the process. I wanted to be like back walking like right now, like today. So, did
Yes,
you have any moments
yes,
like that?
yes. Yes.
What was yours?
Yeah, I have the same tendency, because I had for a while physical, like outpatient physical therapy coming to my house, giving me different therapies and stuff like
Okay.
that. And I said, oh, I'm doing better, inside doing my physical
Mm-hmm.
therapies. and walking pretty good. So I'm like, oh, let me try this outside. So that was where I was. I was like, well, if I'm doing this outside, I'm just very fast. If I learn, like I'm doing something really good inside, I want to try it on my own instantly. So that's what I did one time, and I failed. And because I was walking outside by myself, but I didn't break anything or hurt myself or anything. I was lucky because there was a neighbor or something like jogging across the street who helped me up. So, and then ever since that happened, I was like, okay, I can't go outside by myself or walk as far by myself. So I just until like I still have a aide that is very helpful to me that still comes and helps me, throughout the week and stuff like that. I'm basically on the weekends by myself, but it is a big help to have her helping me because I am very forgetful. I'm very forgetful.
They're very special people, caregivers in general. People.
Yes.
So, I
went through so many.
So I know you love cooking.
Yes, that seems to be like my outlet.
Yeah, the therapy. Yeah. I can tell you love dishes. So what's your favorite one? What's your favorite? What's your favorite dish to cook?
Oh, my favorite to make is actually I made some lamb chops with rosemary, garlic sauce the other day with rice and some good vegetables, but that is like my favorite. Also, like a lot of the things that I do like to do, like I'll experiment and stuff with like different alcohols. My dad, he likes to drink, what is that? Apple Crown Royal, something like that. And I actually used it the other day. I said, how is this gonna be if I'm making it for apple pie? So I used that instead. So it turned out good. So it was a good experiment.
Right. So did you also be a chef?
Say what?
Did you always want to be a chef?
You know what? No, I only now since I've been discharged is when I'm really getting into doing that now. Because before I was, working like I was working. You would think I had like 10 kids or something the way I was working, but no. I was working 2 jobs before. So I only had one day before to like cook and stuff like that, but I never had without like I am now. But I think now I'm doing way more than I was before.
Okay. So what's your favorite accessory? You like earrings?
Yes.
I can tell. Yeah, every time I love your earrings. I love earrings too, so I know what earrings are. I love earrings. I'm an earring fanatic, so I love earrings myself. Earrings and jeans are my favorite two things.
Yeah, and even like when I go home to visit my friends and family, whatever, I gotta go to the mall and get me a pair.
You got to. We're girls.
Yeah, girly stuff.
I love it.
Yeah.
Wait. So can you give me a power word? What's your power word?
Say it again.
Your power word. Do you have a power word?
Oh, I say it goes back to "Don't Quit," that poem that I found in my grandmother's Bible. It's like I have to just say that to myself every morning because sometimes I'll get in that mood like, I don't feel like getting up, or just feeling miserable, and I just have to keep reminding myself of that. Like, look, just don't quit, get up.
I love it. Pushing.
Yeah, basically.
Why is brain injury awareness or stroke awareness important to you?
Say what?
Why is brain injury awareness and stroke awareness important to you?
What kind of worries that I have? What?
No, why is brain injury awareness important?
I'm sorry, I still can't hear you.
Why is brain injury
Mm-hmm.
awareness important?
Why is brain
Why is
injury
it
what?
awareness important to you? Awareness. Why is it important?
Oh, I say brain injury. Like a lot of people don't know that it can affect, even younger than me. And there's a lot of
Oh
people
yeah.
that just don't know that at all. So I think when it comes to me, it's important for me to let people know that because they really don't know. Like when they
Mhm.
ask me or whatever,
I get it. I get
it's
it.
important. Yeah.
I get it. So what about you get some new Survivor?
I say the same thing. Hey, if I just don't quit, just keep on. The one thing I learned is that nothing happens the next day. It's gonna take its time, and you really have to, like my aunt always tells me, you really got to be gentle with yourself. But
Absolutely.
it'll
That's the
happen
part.
over time.
I love that.
It's
I love
not gonna be
that.
instant. Like we have to just be
I
gentle
love that.
with ourselves.
It's very important. Because a lot of times you rush the process. You don't want to, be patient. You beat yourself up. Why can't I do this already? Why can't it already happen? All these different things in your mind. If you just be kind to yourself, be gentle. It takes time because your brain heal, your body to heal. It takes time. But it's definitely a
Yes.
process. Definitely a process. But it can happen. And it will
Yeah, I
happen.
have learned that a lot in this journey. I got to be gentle with myself and be patient.
Absolutely. Very important.
Very,
Important.
very.
Yes.
Not to
So I
give
think
up.
that's right. I keep pushing. It's not
Yes.
over. It's not over here for a reason. So you gotta keep
Yeah,
going. Keep
basically.
pressing. And yes, I definitely agree with that. Absolutely. Can't give up at all. Because if you do, then you can be right there at your breakthrough. So don't give up.
Yep.
Exactly. I love that. Don't Yeah,
We
I love
can.
that. Well, Danny, I thank you for your time. I thank you for your time. And so tell people I can follow you on Instagram or Facebook or whatever you want to tell them. What do you tell people?
Um, I'll just tell them the same thing I'm in doing. Hey, if I can get through this, you can basically.
That's right. So how can we follow you on Instagram or Facebook?
Um,
Or
my
Facebook.
messenger. What is it? I don't even know. I'm on Instagram and Facebook too. It's
Okay.
DANI period DREW 3998, and
Okay.
that's both of them.
Okay. So everybody out there can
So
follow
that
Danny or Dani on her Instagram at
yep,
Dani Drew, DANI.DREW dot
three
399.
nine nine eight.
Yes. 3998, and you'll be able to follow her and keep up her journey and keep her encouraged and things like that. So, yeah, I think it time. It's been fun. Learned a lot about you. So, let's see, I got a message. Hi, Nicole. Thank you for watching. Yeah, then it's a great time talking with you and learning more about you. We see each other all the time in groups, but never got a chance to talk. So it's good to talk
Yeah,
to you and
yeah.
see
Finally,
your face. Yeah. So I'm sorry. Are you in my group on Facebook?
I
Are you in
believe
my group?
so. Yeah, I believe so.
Okay. I'm gonna start going live in my group a little bit more and interact with people, get to know each other. So I'm start doing that more. Get talking to people because we all need each other. So it's very important to keep building a community of each other. So keep each other
Yeah,
encouraged, uplifted, and things like that. So yeah,
yeah.
maybe do a
Especially
fun game
people
or
our
something.
age really needs uplifting.
Yes. Thank you, Lisa. Thank you. Then she said, "This is that. Thank you for sharing your story."
Oh, no problem.
Thank you, Lisa. So we're gonna go now. Well, that's all, guys, for TV Uncovered 2. See you next Friday. Bye.
Thanks, bye.
Hold on, Danny.